positive about what's going on right now. For multiple reasons. The role of money in politics, the role of big money in politics, the role of anonymous money in politics, and then Professor Kahn, to your point, the role of gerrymandering. We're at 435 congressional seats, about 10% are competitive each year across party lines. 90% you know are going to be Democrat or Republican, which then puts it in a situation where you're in a primary and can be forcing it to the far right in instances we've seen all across our country. The number one thing I would do would be to write a law, and it would have to be a constitutional amendment, I believe, that would say money is not free speech. Money is not free speech. There has got to be some kind of limit, just like there's a limit on the ability of someone in this room to stand up and yell fire, or to yell loudly into the ear of the person sitting next to you anything at all and say, well, it's just free speech. There are limitations on what we're allowed to say. And the problem with Citizens United, as decided by the Supreme Court, was it was decided in complete absence of any data or any analysis really whatsoever of what money does in politics. And something that often goes unlooked in the context of money in elections is money in the lobbying process. The immense sums of money that are being spent to influence not only our elections, but also our legislative process is stunning. And when combined with the reality of gerrymandering, it's extremely toxic to our democracy. I do have hope for the future. I think things have gotten so bad, and we've seen it, that we can climb out of it. I think it takes a lot of people coming together to do so. I think grassroots campaigns are the answer. It's the only way I know how to campaign. It's the only way I became a state senator in 2012 and challenging an incumbent. It's the way we're funding our campaign now at the grassroots level. It's how we campaign in terms of door knocking and phone calling, and as many of you know, in terms of being reached out to. It's the way you can stay connected to the people amidst a hurricane of money down in Washington, D.C. If you have people committed to that approach, that tireless outreach at the grassroots, you can overcome those forces. You can have a candidate go down and know that he or she is going to be in that office, no matter what those other interests said. Then you can get things done. If you combine that approach with a court system that is more and more looking like it's going to strike down gerrymandering, we can begin to regain that foothold in terms of democracy in our country, truly representing the people. And it is quite an experience being part of that journey, I can assure you.